Hey everyone, and happy Monday again.
Happy
Today,
Monday broadcast for the second time for some of you. Yes. Pablo,
yeah,
how's your Monday treating you?
so far so good. Yeah, having a great time. We do have some new updates, so we'll get over them to get over that. We'll go over them in just a second.
Think you need
But
more coffee this Monday. Hey, what's up,
yeah,
Anna,
definitely. But
Gilo,
we're getting our
Gemma?
first,
Yeah,
first guest tuning in. Gilo, how's it going? Gemma, how's it going? Hey Sam, how are you?
Jessica.
Um, so first thing, before we actually get into some of the updates for this week, I wanted to kind of recap the updates from last week as we did earlier in the morning broadcast. And that was the three major ones were sponsorships. If you sponsor a broadcaster, Happs will no longer be taking a percentage cut from that anymore. And then the other two
That's
were
right. Time out. That makes us better than Patreon, Kickstarter, blah 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 blah, blah, and blah blah blah. It's really exciting for creators. Seriously, we are taking what used to be a 30% cut and turning it into zero for us. So this is great news for you as creators, and help us spread the word. This is fantastic development.
definitely. And then the other two updates are linked together, and that is with links in the comments. So if you paste a link in the comment section, it will no longer generate a preview, specifically meaning that like if you post a link to YouTube, it's not going to create a video player anymore, but it is going to be a clickable link. So now from this point forward, all links are clickable and hyperlinked within the comments. So the way that works is that you have to first click the comment and then it'll pop up a bigger version of it, and then you can actually tap on the link to go to that broadcast, to go to wherever that link is. So it's a two-step thing, but that's mostly so that you don't accidentally tap the link and then leave Happs when you didn't want to. And then as far as new updates, there are two things that were fixed, and that was one, the commenting right after a broadcast ends. I think Linny and some others mentioned that in the broadcast earlier this morning. That has since been fixed, so you should be able to comment um, right after a broadcast ends. That bug has now been resolved. And then the second thing is that we've implemented some fixes for accessibility, which include the ability to search in the mobile app. There's been an issue for some time now with regards to the search button not working on mobile, specifically with readers and it being labeled properly. So that has been fixed, and hopefully will help some folks that are having troubles with that on that front. Aaron is asking, since we're just about done with updates, I'll give it to Peter for tip of the week. But really quickly, Aaron, we're not sure yet on that front, but hopefully in the near future, there will be some sort of link or hyperlink on your profile that you can edit. But with that being said, before you go on to too many other questions, everyone, Peter, go ahead and do your tip of the week for broadcasters and
Yes, so
viewers.
the tip of the week is to get experiential with your broadcast, regardless of whether you're at home working on an amazing new art piece, cooking a meal, or if you're out, doing a travel broadcast, for example, and streaming something. Just think about ways in which you can mix up the different camera angles, really invite the viewers, feel like they're there with you however you can. So, for example, being able to show a 360 panorama of the amazing scenery if you're outside, and introducing some of your viewers to the new locations and sites, or whether it's a close-up angle, you can use the zoom, for example, as well. Lots of ways to just get a little more dynamic, and many broadcasters and creators are doing fantastic job of that already. By all means, there's just phenomenal best practices already by and large in the community, but just a reminder for folks to experiment and play around with those camera angles and try to really invite viewers more into the experience. The more engagement, the better. That's it. That's the
Um,
tip of the week.
Awesome. So, well, now that we're going to the question and answer portion, Lenny is saying, hate to tell you, but nope, just left Wilson's scope and it failed to send a comment once the broadcast stopped. Sigh. Um, make sure, Okay, so I need more info there. Lenny, are you watching on a mobile device, or is that um, desktop that you're watching? Because that would help us understand. Gilo, updates on RTMP front. We don't have any sort of um, updates with that for RTMP in, but once we do, we will go ahead and let you all know here. Yep, Betty. So that's also related to RTMP when you're asking about drone flying broadcasting. That is not ready yet, but when it is, we will go ahead and let you all know. And I'm sure Peter will announce it by flying his drone during a live broadcast.
Man, I can't wait. Yes, if you want to see some drone footage from last week when I was out of the office and without service, actually, way up in the mountains in Colorado, you can check out my profile. I love drones, and it's a great drone shot of a nice rainbow. And right on cue, there goes my lighting. But anyway, yes, cannot wait for that. Don't have a clear timeline on that yet. Our team is working really hard behind the scenes to level up and figure out exactly how the order of operations is going to look. So once we have more information, we'll let you know. But yes, big priority.
Awesome. Jocelyn, I don't know what you mean by can a broadcast be edited. Um, do you mean like shortening it, cutting it? That would help a lot to better
So
understand what you're looking at there. And
right.
then second, can I upload a pre-recorded video, i.e., past monetized Mondays? Yes, you can. You may or may not have already unlocked the ability to make it as a post, but you can also start a live broadcast and then upload it into that and hit go live. However, right now the desktop studio only accepts images and videos, so it does not accept audio only. So you'll have to upload it as a video. When you say editing, like cropping, clipping the ending, no, there's no ability to edit the broadcast after it's been live like that just yet.
You'll have to download it and use an external software program to really get that level of detail. Pablo, do we still have the ability to edit the very beginning of clips if you go
Well,
into that replay?
it's not necessarily editing the beginning of the clip. It's just setting a start time. So you can edit the start time, but the rest of the broadcast from where you set the new start time to before that will still exist. It's just that when someone clicks on that broadcast, it will start from that set time. So from that point forward, so it's a little bit different in that regard. Can you backdate an uploaded broadcast? No.
What does that mean exactly? Backdate.
I think he wants to be able to edit the date once uploaded. And also your audio is cracking a lot, by the way.
I'm on mute in between while it's cracking, so I don't know how that's possible. Let me see
No,
here.
it's only cracking when you're talking. Karen, we can edit the title, which is great as iOS isn't so forgiving to on spell check. Yeah. Yes, you can still edit the title. A few things that you can edit with a scheduled broadcast in particular. One, you can edit the title. You can edit any hashtags before going live. The thing that you can't do once you've scheduled a broadcast is edit the time and date of that. So if you go into the studio for a scheduled broadcast and you set everything up, but then you realize that the time was made wrong, you can delete that and then schedule a new one with the appropriate time or date if you need to change that. And everything that you've uploaded into the studio, as you all know from our update a couple weeks ago, stays saved in your studio from that point forward. So if you schedule a whole new broadcast and if you scheduled a broadcast and you don't want to delete it because you're scared of losing all of the items you've already uploaded, don't be. They'll still be there. Just create a whole new scheduled broadcast and they'll still be there unless you manually delete everything from that scheduled broadcast. Is going live and playing reruns of previous broadcasts, etc., allowed? If they're your own broadcasts, sure. I mean, it's your content. There's nothing against our community guidelines to not air reruns. But I would just recommend letting your audience know that it is a rerun instead of trying to play it off as live. Is there going to be animation in the GIFs, Garcia? Not sure what you mean. There's already animations for awards. Do you mean like more animation on screen? Because right now, when someone gives an award, there is an animation at the top of the screen for that. Is there a minimum time length to receive the weekly 500 live video coins? I did a video last week, but it wasn't credited, so my counter reset. I think that's because you have to make sure that you're multicasting during that, not just going live on Happs. I think one of the requirements for that award is that you have to be multicasting. So make sure that you are doing that, otherwise it won't count. Gilo, once we select orientation, is there a way to bounce from portrait to landscape, or is it locked? Right now, the way our system's set up, it is locked to either portrait or landscape, depending on what it is that you select before hitting go live. Ella, so soon we'll be having a section of our website that, and I hope, just in case you're not joking, although it does seem like you are, but soon we'll be having a section where we'll be going over a lot of frequently asked questions and answering them so that you all can read through them. But included in all of that will be some best practices for maybe some lighting tips, some audio tips, etc. So that all my past broadcast pre-Happs that I uploaded can be on Monday, thus the backdating question. Yeah, right now you cannot do that. Are info posts other than scheduled broadcasts allowed after you've done so many lives? Like if I just want to post on my feed for others to see? Yeah, Dav. Once you've gone live a few times and made a certain number of comments and not been reported for any sort of CG stuff, you will eventually unlock the ability to make posts that'll give you the ability to post links, video, photos, etc. Can we transfer our balances to crypto, or can you develop a Hap coin? No, right now you cannot transfer your balances directly to crypto. When you request a payout, that will most likely get transferred to you via PayPal or the method that you pick. Is going live and playing reruns of, okay, that I already read. Let's see. I lost my place. Did Peter just peace and bounce? Yeah, I think he went back on into vacation mode. Oh, Ella, I'm sorry. I can help you with editing that. Can we share videos, audio from our phones during a broadcast? No, Anthony. So you cannot add video, pre-recorded video, or photos into your broadcast if you're live on your phone. If you have a laptop standing next to you and you're in that same studio session with that, you can then upload it there and then put it on screen from there. But there's no tools within the mobile device with the studio. The mobile device go live is very simplistic compared to the studio in regards to what you can do. When will iOS be compatible? Bernie, what do you mean by that question? I'm very confused by that. Do you mean for tablets and iPads? Let's see. Any final questions here before we go ahead and head out? Yeah, iPad, iPhone. Well, Bernie, I don't know what you mean by when will Happs be iOS compatible. It works perfectly fine on my phone, and majority of our users are using Happs on their iPhone. So if you have any more details specifically as to what you mean, I'm happy to answer in an email. But I mean, I just don't get what you're asking, really. Is there like something about Happs on your phone that's not working? That would help a lot. When will the Happs team come to Hawaii? Hopefully sooner rather than later. But I do know that there's a lot of issues happening with regards to travel and tourism right now, so maybe a little bit later. Mine always freezes. So Bernie, if that's the issue, I strongly recommend filing a report via the report an issue button um, on the app and platform. Otherwise, providing a little bit more details would help a lot. If you send us an email with specifically what version of iOS you're running, which iPhone you're running, that'll help us with figuring out the compatibility issues. Any way for a replay to stay playing when you leave the app? That's a great question, Christopher. So right now we do have background playing when the broadcast is live, but not for a replay broadcast. I'll go ahead and bring that up to the team and see if that's something that we can get to as well. But for now, unfortunately, that's not the way it works. Right? It's not like a setting that you can turn on. The only way that you can still listen to a broadcast while leaving the app is if it's currently live. I've had next to no issues on my iPhone 8 Plus. Heck, even my iPhone 6S can keep up. That's great to hear, Trevor. I really want that background replay. It seems like a couple of people want that background replay. That's good to know. Is PayPal in to pay for coins in our future? Yes, Foamy, it is in our future. And then second question, Dr. John, will there ever be built-in green screen features? I think the goal is to eventually get there, but right now there are a lot of focus is being done on usability of the platform and fixing some of these like minor bugs that happen. We've been seeing a lot of amazing progress on our end with regards to the number of people or number of issues that are appearing weekly. It's down like almost 30% every week, week over week. So we're really excited about that. And hopefully you all are seeing that for those of you using Happs on desktop. And we'll be making the same progress for iOS and Android in the future. I think Android will be seeing an update next week if all goes well with regards to the player. So hopefully we'll get that soon. Gemma, your swag will be out to you shortly. You were supposed to get it with the first batch, but we had an issue with your address that we had to confirm, and the delay in response is the reason why we didn't get it out on the first batch. But when the second batch of swag goes out, hopefully next week, then yours will be in that group. Cool. Is there a Happs merch store? So I'll go ahead and take that as the last question. Right now, there isn't a Happs merch store, but trust me, we are working on that. We really want to provide that for you all. A couple of you have been asking for that, and we want to get that set up so that you all can be rocking your Happs merch live and out and about promoting hopefully yourselves and more of that. When's the next bike ride? When we have RTMP, because riding while holding my phone is not the best way to do it. And then even if I get a bike mount, it vibrates so much from the road that it's not really viewable. So the only way that you'll see me doing more lives while riding my bike is once we get RTMP, because I can just stick the GoPro onto my helmet and then go from there. But with that being said, that is it for the Q&A for today. Oh, here comes another sneeze, just like the morning. Nope, that one went away. We will see you all tomorrow for a Tutorial Tuesday. If you have any questions with regards to what you'd like to be done during Tutorial Tuesdays, please let us know in the comments. Also, you can send me an email, contact@happs.tv, with suggestions. Tomorrow we'll be going over last week we went over settings. The week before that, I think we did OBS. So tomorrow we'll do another session, another round of the studio go live process. The week after that, we'll do the mobile go live process, and I'll have my phone plugged into my computer, hopefully working all that out so that we can actually show you how what it's like to go live on your phone, and make sure that you understand exactly what all of the buttons do on that front. So with that being said, we'll see you tomorrow for that Tutorial Tuesday, and hope you have a good rest of your evening and a good rest of your days for those of you that are just starting. See y'all.
And cheerio, bye, aloha, thanks. How's my audio? Thank you, Veronica. Mineral Man, welcome. Love to see what you're up to. Looking forward to your first broadcast here. Georgia, hello. Better late than never. I know. Is it working? Is it working? Hope so.